Hi, I'm Scott Durett. I am one of the pros here at Lone Tree Golf Club and Hotel, and we are going to be talking about hazards today, specifically water hazards and lateral hazards, and the options we have to play. The first option we always have is to play the ball from where we originally hit it. So if we had hit from the tee box back here on our 6th hole and the ball went into the hazard here, we could hit from the tee box again, but that ball would be in play. The other option we have is if the ball is still here but in the hazard and we can find it and see it, we can play it from in the hazard. The only thing we can't do is ground our club in the hazard. Again, penalty strokes. So if the ball is right here, it's inside the hazard, we just hover our club in the hazard just like we would in a bunker. The third option here for the water hazard is we can drop the ball as far back as we want. We have to keep the line where the ball last crossed the hazard in line with the flag. So we go back all the way as far back as we want. Now what we would look for here, because there's a slope to the fairway, is more of a flatter lie going backwards. So what we would do is mark our spot where the ball crossed the hazard with one of these, a T. So there's our last line of where it crossed. So now I'm coming back from my tee, keeping that point in line with the flag, and I'm looking for a nice level spot, which is right about here, I think. So that'll give me a cleaner shot. So I want to drop the ball. So I hold my hand out, my arm out here, shoulder length, and I drop the ball with no spin. Okay? Now, that ball's in play. All right, now as a quick reminder, if we play the ball out of the hazard, there is no penalty. But coming back here to drop it, or replaying from the tee box, or where we last hit the ball, there is a penalty. So back there we would be hitting our third shot, or here we'd be hitting our third shot. So those are the three options of a water hazard. Next we'll be doing a lateral hazard. So now we're here with the lateral hazard. Now a lateral hazard is defined by the red stakes or a red line. We actually have 5 options as opposed to 3 that we had with the water hazard. The first 3 are the ones we had with the water hazard. We can play the ball out of the hazard with no stroke or no stroke penalty. We could go back to where we actually hit the ball from, but there is a stroke penalty again. Or we can go back as far as we want, keeping the flag, which we can't see right now because of all the cattails, and the line the line where the ball crossed the hazard and go all the way back. Now we have 2 more options here with a lateral hazard. We also get the 2 club length rule, where we can drop the ball within 2 club lengths of where it last passed the hazard, no nearer the hole. Or we have the other side of the hazard, but equidistance to the hole. Now equidistance just means the same distance away. We just use those words as golf pros to confuse you. So what we'll do is take our tee. I got a tee in here, I swear. We mark, again, where the ball crossed the hazard, and then we take 2 club lengths. Now you'd want to take your longest club possible, which for most of us is a driver. For some people it is a putter, so if you still have a long putter. I swear I got another tee in here. So that we take our club, 1, 2, and place another tee. So we have this distance right here where we're going to drop the ball. And again, we drop the ball, shoulder length, arm out, drop it. So that ball would be in play. Now the things you may have to change is if this ball moves so it comes forward of the 2 tee markers, which means it would be closer to the hole, so we'd have to re-drop it. Or if it drops outside the 2 club lengths, or back into the hazard, then we would have to re-drop the golf ball. If we re-drop it again and it does it again, where it falls out of the hazard, or into the hazard, falls into the hazard, or outside the 2 club lengths or closer to the hole, then we place it as close as we can as to where it hit the ground. Then that ball would be in play. again, under penalty of 1 stroke. Now let's go to the other side of the hazard and figure out equidistance away. So here we are on the other side of the hazard, and we want to find the distance we were away. So we use your laser finder or your GPS or walking off your distance from a sprinkler head, whichever one you do. So if you were 175 yards away on the other side of the hazard, you want to be 175 yards away on this side of the hazard. The only option you have now is the 2 club length rule. So we take our tee, put it 175 yards away from our target, 2 club lengths, 1, 2, another tee, and again, use your longest club that you can because that's allowed within the rules. Then we drop our ball. Again, straight out, drop it, no spin. Now the important thing to remember is anytime you drop a ball, there's a penalty. Unless you get a free drop off a cart path or something along those lines. That's a totally different pro tip though. So now this ball would be in play. But because of the slope here, we would have to worry about maybe the ball moving back into the hazard or bouncing outside the 2 club lengths, and we'd re-drop again. If it did it again, place it. Okay? So I hope this helps you on how to handle a hazard, whether it be a water hazard or a lateral hazard. If you're looking for any further information, give me a call here at Lone Tree Golf Club and Hotel. And if you're looking for golf lessons, private or group lessons, call us here at Lone Tree Golf Club and Hotel, or at our other facilities, South Suburban Golf Course, Littleton Golf Course and Tennis Club, or Family Sports Center. Thank you. Good?